4, 3, 2, 1. We're live.
And 5. Come on, baby. Go live, please. It's been.
We're back live with another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast. A new home for the Sixers, renovations to the Phillies stadium, the cost of going to a Phillies game. We're very stadium focused tonight, and we'll also get into some Eagles training camp. You are listening to the Santa Boot First podcast. Hang out, join the conversation. We're looking forward to it.
Damn.
Let's try that again. All right, let's not try it at all.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, but we're good.
We're live. Jesus.
Hopefully nobody's listening on headphones like we are. But we are live. Coming to you live from beautiful downtown Willow Grove, the lovely Crackbell Production Studios.
It was.
On this fantastic Thursday evening. My name is Jim Marcus. That's the hardest part to get out. to my left. Maybe it's the shirt. Is it this color?
It's throwing you off. Yeah, it's too bright.
To my left, we have the other statesman, Deke Donald Kennedy Martin. Sir.
Hola, James.
Your name was easy.
Yeah.
Yours came right off the tongue. Mine I struggled with. To his left, the Don DJ Martin.
Hola.
Hola. To his left, the youngest Martin.
This is there.
Sup? It's me and the Martins tonight. Me and the Martins. Behind the glass, keeping us live and on the air. Nate Moss, Money Pot. What's going on, man?
Yo.
Schmitty is on vacation. He's enjoying the beach. I'm sure he'll check in here. He can't stay away. So no AP tonight. No AP of CD. Before we get into it, thank our sponsors. InsurePhilly.com, up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes for all your insurance needs. Give our guy Matt Maloney a call. Check him out, InsurePhilly.com. Just lost the mic.
Yep.
Oh, there's
There we go.
There's me.
What are you doing, Deke?
Sabotaging.
Our other
My hands are above the table. I'm good.
Pops McCann's fine whiskeys, keeping us hydrated. You need any pops, check out Jason Fogg, Pops McCann's on all the socials, or check out their website, and you can get the whiskeys delivered to you. And Mamma Mia's fine pizza. Tonight we had a margarita pizza, a plain pizza, cheesesteak stromboli, the rolled kind. Smitty prefers the crescent.
Yeah,
And
I think they're both good.
they're both good.
Just your preference.
Yeah.
It's just a preference thing. You told me to flip a coin earlier, DJ. It was either the stromboli or the cheesecake.
Yeah.
Cheesesteaks. Heads was
Yeah, I was going to ask, which one was heads?
Heads was cheesesteaks. Tails was the stromboli. Tails never fails, so maybe I
Maybe
favored the stromboli a little bit.
Yeah.
So we did have a stromboli and some of the sweet chili wings. Fantastic wings.
Yes.
There are 2 drums left out there to be devoured when we're done.
Are they? Notice there's no flats left.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because there probably were 2 more drums than there were flats.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
They evenly distribute flats and drums.
And I only had 2, so that's a part of it there.
I realized that when we had our guests in the last time, we didn't take them through the guest round of lightning
true.
questions. So
Yes.
we'll have to get Pat back on and
Yep.
take him through those questions. Get
Yep.
Mike in here again, and we'll
Exactly.
go through our standard questionnaire to make sure you're worthy of being on this
Initiated,
fine
yeah.
podcast.
There's
Being a
only
part
one
of this.
set of correct answers, people.
Yes, and they are mine. And I also am a little upset with myself. Forgot to acknowledge our 5-year anniversary last week. July 15th,
That is a major violation.
2017 was the very first recorded Santa Boot First podcast that you can find on iTunes. Now, you go on iTunes, it says it's like 88, but then it says episode 1. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah,
What was the actual date? July
15th.
15th?
I listened to like the first 10, 15 minutes of it today.
How was it?
We were professionals even back then.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think back then you were the honorable statesman. I don't think you were the elder statesman. And then there was the young and David Fenster.
Yes.
So,
That was
You know,
when you
you've
still
grown
printed out the show sheets.
oh yeah, we were.
I kept them for a long time, and I finally...
I probably still have a
Trashed
notebook with some sheets somewhere and
That's-
laying around.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
years ago. Who would have thunk that year?
Yeah, we picked the perfect year to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect year to do it.
We were. How many views were we getting a month? Supposedly.
Us, or according to what we were being
Yeah,
fed.
it was like 12,000
we were up
or
to, yeah, we
something
were
like
up
that.
over 10 at one point,
Damn.
which we knew. Like, hey, we have some loyal listeners, but it's
Yeah.
nowhere
We don't
near
have
that.
12,000 of them.
If we get 2 zeros, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
We'll get those views afterwards, but yeah, they were telling us we were getting 10, 12,000.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I was happy to hear those numbers, but I never ever fully believed it. There was just no way we were getting that.
Nor did I. Nor did I. But we'll do. We had talked about doing a big blowout for the 5-year anniversary, vacations, and all this stuff. We'll do something before the season starts. It's our 5th season. We'll look at it that way.
There you
So
go.
before the Eagle season starts, we'll figure something out. We'll do something big. Maybe get some guests in and
Original
we'll do
cast.
something fun. We would like to get.
Yeah.
We try to get Dave back
I
in.
reached out to him. He said he's all in as long as it jives with his schedule.
All right.
Well, he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
So am I.
So are you.
Every Thursday you're here.
Maybe we'll see what TK's up to. Maybe TK will
Yeah.
grace us with
yeah,
his
yeah,
presence
definitely.
too.
Yeah.
All the character from back in the day. But we've got some stuff to talk about tonight. It's a slow time in the season, like we said last week, but there's always things to talk about. And there was a big news story today. Sixers planned new stadium down in Center City.
Proposal.
Proposed, planned,
Yeah.
$1.3 billion down at the old gallery, the Fashion District. I'm not even trying to make the Fashion District happen. It's the gallery to us old heads.
Well, it's not on the same side of the street as the gallery, is it?
I thought it was going to be
It's
the gallery.
It is.
Oh, really?
It is.
Because they
Yeah.
just renovated that
I know.
like 10, 15 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the gallery.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, the people that own the fashion district are the ones that okayed it.
Yeah.
They told them, like, they're the ones partnering with the Sixers funding this. And they're like, yeah, like, we'll put it here. So, I mean, it's not like I guess it doesn't mean as much to them as it does to Philadelphians.
I mean,
That's
the
not.
gallery's been dead for so many years, and then the Fashion
man,
District
that-
just never took off.
I remember when I think Rizzo was mayor when that thing opened up in the late 70s. I think it was the late 70s. If it wasn't him, then it was Bill Green. And that was a pretty big deal. There were a couple of like major anchor stores. Strawberries and Clothier was there, I think.
It was a hot spot back in the day.
It was, and I spent many a day down in there
Many a day.
when I was in high school and a little bit afterwards, hanging out, doing whatever with.
You were into fashion?
No,
No.
It was
was
just a mall, but it was
it
an
was
indoor.
It was a city mall,
that's what-
indoor city mall.
They're putting.
a great place to go
Isn't
people
part
watch.
of the plan to put the mall with the stadium, like a connecting
or maybe they'll build it up
BS.
over the mall. So there's,
it's going to be
and
above
actually-
the
Well, the
subway.
part of the mall is underground.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
going to
it's
say.
gonna be
So
above the subway.
there's 3 levels technically, right? There's
Yeah.
the subway, then there's 2 levels of shops.
Right.
It's going
right,
to be like
right.
it's like Madison Square
It's gonna be
Garden.
like the garden.
That's
Okay.
when I was reading it, I was like, this is literally just trying to be like New York.
Yeah, which
Like it's-
works for New York.
Yeah, it's not Philadelphia.
Yeah, and isn't Madison Square Garden built? It's built over Penn Station, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 5 levels though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, I think
Madison
I think
Square
they.
Garden's
well,
on, like the 8th floor. or
Yeah,
something,
Madison
right?
Square Garden has several.
Yeah.
I was there once to see the Sixers Knicks play, and I was surprised at how many levels there were
Yeah,
to the
it's
place.
like different.
It was tiered,
Yeah.
tiered up.
And that's how I think this is going to be too,
It's
right? You're
exactly
going to
what
have
they
the
want it to be, yeah.
you're going to have the train station underneath, couple levels of whether it's
Shops.
retail shops or whatever. Then you're going to have maybe it's another level or 2 then into the stadium. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen the plans, but first impressions, you like it or not?
I'm intrigued. I kind of do like it. I'm intrigued. I've always been one where I wanted to see stadiums in the city itself. You know, not like on the outskirts, like down in South Philly.
It's in the city.
Not that but it's not in the city,
like Bucks County.
like in the heart of the city.
center
It's on
city
the
area,
on the outskirts
downtown.
of the city. Yeah.
downtown Willow Grove.
And I have nothing against where the stadiums are at now. I love the area, easy access, plenty of parking, all that business. I really do enjoy the stadiums. They're very, very nice stadiums down there. No issues with them.
Well,
They are.
I'm asking first impression then, yes or no?
Yeah, but this place, and I've always been intrigued by stadiums in in the hearts of cities, in neighborhoods and things like that.
So you're for it.
And
We'll give you more time to elaborate, but I want a yes or no.
The logistics.
I want a yes or no.
Is it yes or no?
The logistics of it make me shy away from it.
All right.
So no.
So
So you're no.
It's a yes or no.
I'm a vague no.
A vague no. Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
No. Yes or
No.
no? No? Nate, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a no. Now we can talk about why.
All right.
All right.
I'm
So go ahead.
indifferent though. I'm not. Like if I could have said like in the middle, I would have said in the middle. But if it was, I'm leaning no, because like you said, the logistics of it, and I do enjoy going down and seeing all the stadiums in one spot. I think that's pretty
That's
cool.
yeah.
I think it's unique.
Taken away from the tradition.
Not tradition.
And look,
but
I'm-
it's just
It's
unique.
always whenever I've been growing up, and they're always there, not all different spots.
Yeah, same with me. But I just
Yeah.
it's a unique thing that Philly has that other cities, sports cities, don't.
But until that South Philly complex was built, the stadiums were all over the city.
Yeah.
Connie Mack was at 21st and Lehigh. The Baker Bowl was at Broad and Lehigh. Franklin Field is where it's at 33rd and Spruce. Where the Sixers and the Warriors played basketball was the Civic Center on Convention Boulevard, which is no longer there. It's a part of CHOP now, I believe. So the four sports teams, and the Flyers weren't around yet, the four major sports teams all played at different
I
locations.
wish they weren't around now too.
So there's parts of it that I understand that might be beneficial. But I'm going to say it right now. I don't think it happens. I don't think it ever happens.
I
And
think the city
uh,
will
here's
figure it out to make it
the
happen.
conspiracy theorist in me is this is all a play for Harris to move the team out of the city.
Correct.
He's going to say, I tried. I wanted to build this big, beautiful new stadium in the city and help the city revive itself.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't let it happen. So sorry, I'm out.
not
I'm
a bad
taking the
theory.
team.
It's
I'm
got
moving the
some-
team.
It's got some
not gonna
foundation to it.
You don't think? They've been trying.
Dude, they've been thinking about moving to Sixers for a while now.
I don't think the
There's a
city's
lot
going
of
to
people
allow
who would argue that this is a basketball town.
Oh, it is. I agree with you, Nate.
You know what I mean? Like as much
Yeah.
as I think it's football through. and
It
through,
is, but basketball
but
is
there's
a
a lot of
second.
people who would say
It's a
not
sec.
second. They would say it's a good
1B.
1B1.
Yeah, 1B.
Like the history of basketball in this city is ridiculous.
Look at we were just talking before the show. High school hoops.
High school hoops.
Weird,
Big
and then you
Five,
got the Palestra, the Big Five.
yeah, all that stuff. I don't think they move.
But
Yeah,
if
I don't
this
think it's-
owner has no ties to the city,
At all.
and look, I see why he wants to move out, right? The Flyers built the Wells Fargo
Yup,
Center.
yeah.
So he's getting some revenue, but he's not probably getting
Well,
what
it
he's
was
going to get.
It was
if he-
Comcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if he goes to his own new stadium, that's all his revenue.
Yeah.
I totally get that from a business
Yeah,
perspective.
more money for him.
But if he can go over to Jersey and Jersey's like, look, we'll give you public funding, we'll give you tax abatements, we'll give you cuts in the parking, everything, and Philly says, yeah, we can't give you any of that. You don't think he'd say, all right, well, I'll move across the river.
I agree that it's a ploy by Harris to get the team all in one central location, which is Camden.
I don't think it's Camden though.
I do. They already have. They already
Camden.
built that complex.
Yeah, just for the but because didn't Christie hook it up for them?
Yeah, I don't know that he goes right over there. I think he goes,
I think he goes North Jersey.
Yeah.
Newark,
Nah.
back to Newark. Get
closer to the
And
Devils.
what's he going to do with this with the
He
practice
owns the-
facility?
they'll just.
You talking
What?
about the Sixers in North?
Yeah,
No.
he already owns.
They may not be the
Devils.
Sixers anymore. Who
Yeah.
knows?
The Sixers will still be here. They'll just have to be under new ownership, probably, right? Or they just have to start.
I know. I think you'd have to get a new franchise. You'd have
yeah.
to
If they take the
apply for
name-
an expansion team.
if they take the
Michael
name-
Rubin back in and start.
Well, and that's part of my conspiracy thing. Like, why did he just leave?
because he supposedly wants to do more with Fanatics. They're going to start a sports book, probably. They're going to start a Fanatics sports book. So he's going to want to get into the gambling, which you can't.
You can't
do.
be an owner, is
You
that?
can't be an owner and have a gambling service. So I think that's major part of the reason why. But I also think he still wants to be involved with the NBA. So I think he's helping pay players now through
Yeah.
Fanatics.
And you
which
saw Harden.
Which I think Harden's going to be the first one to do that. So
Yeah.
but
And I really don't. I don't think there's any. I don't think it happens.
I don't.
No.
I don't think it's on. It's obviously not on the Sixers end that it doesn't happen. But yeah, I think the city did too much logistics
Yeah.
to work out. I mean, the transportation and traffic down there will be a nightmare. On a weeknight, you get like a Wednesday night game. You're gonna have to shut down those streets to traffic because of all the foot traffic you're gonna have
Yeah.
coming. and it's going to be a nightmare down there for people that work down there getting out. Oh, God
And
bless.
I like the idea of them trying to build up the city, but I think the impression of the city isn't what it used to be.
Not at all.
I don't think.
And
And look,
who's-
I don't worry about the guy that lives in Collegeville that comes into the city for one game a year,
Right.
complaining about I can't go into the city now. Like, come on, dude. If you're coming to one game a year, whether you go into South Philly or you come into Center City, but it's just I don't know. The city's
It would-
not safe right now.
Yeah.
The SEPTA's not
Well,
safe right now.
You're talking 9 years down the road.
Yes,
yeah, is it
lot
gonna get
can
better?
happen.
Is it
Yeah,
gonna-
a lot can happen in 9 years.
It'll take
Yeah, we could
probably
fall
take
into the
9
ocean.
years, Yeah.
Kenny will no longer be mayor.
The
Hopefully,
shooting star is
Krasner is
gonna
no
take
longer
out the solar system.
DA. So a lot can happen.
It would be interesting to get AB's take on this, but he's preoccupied. But
And Smitty.
well, yeah, they're two suburbanites, so yeah, him too. But to see how they feel about it,
Yeah,
I mean, I think Smitty was actually for it.
he sounded like he liked
Yeah,
it. Yep.
he liked the idea, so that
It's
was
Smitty.
interesting.
Everybody
Yes,
loves.
because you all said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
It just made sense.
And actually, AB said he sounded like he was kind of for it too. If
I think he was intrigued, like your dad. I think he
yeah.
was.
I think Flamwell's for it.
Look, I like the idea, like you brought up, Dad, of having arenas. Like when we go to New York, you come up through, like every time I go to New York,
Yeah.
we come up through Penn Station, and it's Madison Square Garden right there. I think that's pretty cool. So I think in Philly, that would be really cool to take
Should just
a
mock-
train down to the game or something,
Yeah.
and go into the city. But
Yeah,
to me, that's New York.
Yeah, this
You
is
know,
not
like-
built the same.
yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Like you want to try to make that.
I get you
impression,
there.
But it's like I'll take a train into the city, sure, but
I-
I like the tailgating aspect. I like going down
Yeah.
and parking. with,
But nobody really tailgates at a Sixers
you're
game.
right, yeah. But I mean,
Oh, but if there's a playoff,
yeah,
they would?
in the springtime, a Saturday night
Yeah, but what do they do now? For
tailgating.
yeah, they have Sixers parties and playoff parties and stuff like that. They don't really
Inside
have
the stadiums.
tailgating.
Yeah, I mean, Xfinity Live is really
Yeah, and then Xfinity
is
Live.
probably the one.
Yeah.
that- and I think Xfinity Live would probably hurt the most.
yeah, that was going to be one of the things I asked.
Besides Eagles
Yeah.
games, where are they getting their revenue if the Sixers
What
leave?
about the Flyers?
Nobody's
The
going.
not the
Flyers
Flyers.
leave. No, but I'm saying if the
Oh,
Flyers are stuck there and they're doing all the renovations on the Wells Fargo Center right
Yep,
now,
yep.
like if you're the Flyers,
Well,
you're still taking that money, but you're not
when
getting
the-
some of the revenue from when the Sixers are playing.
When the Sixers tweeted out the proposal and all, Wells Fargo Center tweeted out something right away immediately about something with the lease. And then Sixers have a lease, or I think my friend brought it up, but Wells Fargo Center tweeted something out right away that was like, it was like you had to read between the lines, but they were saying essentially like we're not gonna let this go over so easily. Like we're gonna put up a fight to keep the Sixers playing here. So, which I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Wells Fargo Center. They can renovate it all they want. I still don't think it's that great of an arena, but I'll see what the renovations look like again that they've already made. So, but
And there was talks
That's
about
just me.
Xfinity Live being built out and making
Yeah.
that more. I like kind of like what Andrew said, like all the stadiums being down there together is nice.
I like that.
That's nice.
It's
So
unique.
if they build out Xfinity Live a little bit more
Right.
to make it more of a whole entertainment complex. Now they got the new casino there.
They just approved the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame, right?
yeah,
Right where Jetro
right
is.
over with
Yeah.
Jet- yep.
So
across
what are
the
they going to
street
do?
from the rink.
That's going to bring in stuff too for them.
Yeah.
So I think the Sixers, they've obviously been planning this for a long time now, and to release it, the news announcement when they did on the most boring sports week of the year, probably. I mean, smart on them to get the conversation started. So
But I wonder how much they've talked to the city about this.
yeah,
Right? It's planned. It's proposed.
well,
The real estate agency that owns the ground sounds like they're
yeah, the
on
people
board with
that
that.
own the fashion district are in on the Sixers
But-
with budgeting this and everything.
you know how the city works.
Yeah,
If I'm the Sixers, I'm saying, all right, I want a 20-year tax abatement. I want to cut in the
Yeah.
parking garages in the area that we build. I want to cut in dedicated rail services if you're doing them during the games.
yeah.
And the city's
Well, SEPTA's gonna-
not going to do that.
I was just going to say, you think SEPTA's going to be all for this or against it?
They'll be for it because their ridership is going to increase on game day.
Yeah, but how much?
But
is the
they're
Sixers
going to
gonna take
expect them
away
to build
from
that up.
I don't. Do the Eagles, Phillies, or Flyers or Sixers take anything from SEPTA now?
I don't know. But
I don't think they
but
do.
you know that this will intentionally get SEPTA more money.
Yeah,
one way,
but, well,
I mean,
the other teams intentionally get more money for SEPTA.
No, no.
I can't see SEPTA demanding
I don't know.
a cut. No.
No, I mean the Sixers.
Or
The
the Sixers demanding
You
a
don't think
cut.
so?
If
From
they-
the city?
No. No.
I mean, it's going to get them a lot more revenue.
Unless they already get a cut,
Yeah.
I would be shocked if the any team would get a
And
cut
when's
from
the
SEPTA.
when's the next mayor election?
Why
Is
would
that next year?
SEPTA even be willing to offer that?
What do you mean?
If
I'm
they
not
ask
Be
saying-
for,
willing to
if they offer
a cut,
separate
or
trains,
if they
I'm
ask.
I'm not saying SEPTA. I'm saying the Sixers.
Or Sixers, yeah.
Put
Why
that
would the
in the-
Sixers? Why would SEPTA agree to giving them a cut?
Because it's going to make them more money either way.
No, but they're going to get the ridership either way.
Yeah,
But if
Jim
they
just
have
made
to
a good-
add more
yeah,
trains-
Bryce made a good
every 2
point.
years.
Okay, they're going to get the money anyway because the ridership's going to be up.
SEPTA will.
Yeah,
But I'm telling SEPTA,
Well, we
that's
get
because of
2%.
me.
Yeah, we. Get
I want a cut
2%.
of those extra trains you're running.
I say no, thank you very much, but no, you're not
and
getting.
there's just
Then the
one more
city's
thing for
screwed,
them to
then
say
it-
no.
yeah, yeah.
They're going to ask for more police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
well,
city
then
gonna give
that's
more
the city-
police?
Yeah, the city's going to have to do that.
Will they have to?
We hope.
Will they though?
Maybe not by law, but yes,
We
they're
don't
going to
have we don't
to.
have the staff to do that. Sorry, Sixers.
If they
Yeah.
want to, it to be a relatively safe event, yes, they're going to have to.
When's
If the city and the police force don't want another black eye, then yes, they're going to
when's-
have to.
When's the next mayor election? Is that next year?
Does it get 2 more years?
2 more years?
I think.
Because I was going to say I'd be smart on the Sixers too because, the next 3 mayors are going to have to put this in their probably
In their
campaign, right? To say like, hey, we're either against this or for this,
I might have to throw my hat in the ring, keep that prep guy thing going.
I
3
love
in a row.
like Joe said, it's being privately funded.
That's a good thing.
Privately funded is great for the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't take my taxpayer money.
yeah, that's
But everything else around the stadium, they're going to ask for something. As a
Shops,
smart
restaurants.
businessman, you're going to
Well,
ask for something.
How many shops are going to get bought out by new bars or bars
Bars?
extending into there? Like, there's going to be a Chickies and Pete's there.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to buy a property
Yeah.
there.
I don't know of
There'll probably be
any
a
bars
Geno's
down there.
Unless they're in the arena, there'll probably be a Geno's in there somewhere there.
Yeah,
Tony Luke's will probably go down. There's going to be.
the name of Tony Luke's, didn't they?
Yeah, he's changing to, I think just the shop down there. I think they only have 2 other shops. But it's Tony and Nick's or something they're going to change it? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was
yeah.
some
There was a beef in the
illegal
family.
battle with the family.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be like me and Andrew at
Yeah.
cheesesteak shop. Call it DJ and Andrews.
Yep.
That's pretty funny. No, but I mean, it brings in revenue for the city, more revenue for sure. But I mean, the logistics, I think we've already hit on it a lot. The logistics of it for the city.
Yeah,
Just,
that's my major
That's a lot of planning each night to get.
hurdle to climb because
it's-
you're
it
going to
looks
need
like
to
New York
change so
down in
much.
Center City, if you think about it, with the whole bright kind of displays that they have.
No,
down
it
there.
looks awesome. Like
I mean, it's not New York, but I'm just saying. Like,
I agree, Nate.
It takes that kind of
Yeah.
mindset if you think about it, and then you put the stadium down there.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, I'm trying to think what else is down there. It's just right going down.
It's
Broad.
just City Hall's a couple blocks one way, then It's in between City Hall and the convention
Hall.
center.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It's at
It's like the half. I
10th
guess the
10th and
halfway.
11th.
It's
Yeah,
10th
10th
and
and 11th.
Market, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real estate down there is going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's another thing too that they're going to put down there because South Philly's been gentrified all crazy.
Yeah.
So it'll just keep opening up.
I like the idea of it. I don't know. And people are saying accessibility because of the train stations, but
yeah.
you have that now down at the sports complex. You have all that.
The people
And
that
the only thing that's going to make these games more accessible is to lower the cost of the freaking
That
games.
too.
And if you
Yes.
move into
Yeah.
the city, it's not going to get
That
cheaper.
too, yeah.
It's
And
not going to get cheaper.
I don't see it being more accessible than the South Philly complex is right now, because you can drive, you can take SEPTA. If you live close enough, you can walk. You'll be able to walk to Center City too if you live close enough. But driving is going to be a nightmare.
There's
in
only
there.
2 SEPTA lines that get in there, right? The subway and
The L.
I guess you can get
And
the
the L.
regional doesn't get you all the way down there.
It's on 30.
No.
Isn't it?
The buses.
No, the
Train
yard,
doesn't
the
go
yard,
under that. No.
No,
the,
you got to transfer.
regional rail doesn't go down
What's
there.
what's the station right there? 30th Street.
There's
and
you got 11th
Suburban.
you got 11th
Isn't
Street, Suburban,
Suburban's-
17th, and JFK.
I'm saying for down South Philly.
Oh
Oh,
Yeah, I'm saying
no,
South Philly.
no.
They only have
Center City.
subway and busing. That's
Yeah,
all you can. So
yeah.
Center City, you got regional rail. The L will take you
The L,
in the
yes,
Jefferson
yes.
Station.
You got the
So
subway,
you
you
have
got-
a
you
couple
got the
more
L.
lines that you can get into
Yeah,
there.
you got buses. Regional rail, the closest one I think would be 17th and JFK, Suburban Station.
See, like the idea of taking a train to the game is fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever even done it. I might have done it. I've done it for a
I've-
concert, but I don't.
I've done the subway after an Eagles game.
I've done the subway.
They're
for a
tight
Temple
and they
football
suck.
game. I can't imagine.
They
man.
suck.
Yeah.
You're just
Coming
Oh,
back sucks.
yeah.
Did they win?
On the way down, maybe you're more excited. You don't mind, but
Did they win?
you're packed in there like sardines.
Because that matters
I don't even remember.
too. Because I did it for I did it for Temple, Penn State at Temple. I took the subway with friends, and it was pretty packed.
I grew up
But
on
that was
public
like the end of
public
my time.
transportation. I have no problem riding SEPTA. I did
Yeah.
them all, but I don't know. I think they're putting too much into the accessibility thing because that's for people in the city.
I think they're doing it to try to help though too with the city and public transportation, give it a better image. Because right now SEPTA's not having a good.
But is that the Sixers' job to do that?
No, it's not. But I think it's a way that they can help give back. I guess
They could try. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The city's going to have to give something, right? Like
Yeah,
Harris is a businessman.
Yeah.
He's not doing all this out of the kindness of his heart,
right. Yeah.
right? I'm going to put this nice, big, beautiful new building down there.
Yeah,
You guys got to meet me at least halfway. You got to get. What am I getting out of this?
that's true.
I love the idea that I can help the community, and I'll continue to do that. But I'm moving into your new property,
Yeah.
your new ground. Help me out here, because I can't
I
take
mean,
this all on myself.
I guess-
And in 2031,
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey's the only one left on this team, and
Probably.
and
Yeah,
Thibault,
no, yeah,
and this
probably.
team sucks.
Yeah.
Not a great time to move stadiums.
And I was thinking too. I mean, you're not strictly going to have just Sixers there. You're probably going to do concerts.
Do concerts there. Yep.
College basketball games.
Yeah. Yep.
High school basketball games probably eventually.
Yeah, you get
So-
some. Yeah.
So I mean, there's other stuff they'll do there, but it won't just strictly be Sixers.
No.
So the city has to take that into consideration as well, because there's going to be revenue.
Does that
co-
take money away from the
that's what I was
convention
gonna
center?
say. That is revenue away from the Sixers, pretty much, right? Even though it's in their place.
No, I think if they own the
That
building,
all-
they get it.
They
Do they have a name yet for it?
76 place.
That's
Which
so
another thing.
stupid.
It's horrible.
It is. It's bad. It's bad.
it
We,
is.
So
we were brainstorming
they-
some ideas.
They really got to work on that.
They
if they're
got to
gonna
get a
do
better
this.
one. They got to get
Yeah.
a better one.
I said if it's named the city, John. Maybe you're
I-
swaying me. Maybe you're
I
swaying
said
me.
the new John. Call it the new John.
Yeah,
But-
76 places.
That's
It's
brutal.
bad.
It's
That is
really
bad.
bad.
And it's got to be sponsored by somebody too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The 76 place brought to you by,
Yeah.
I think
or so and so at the
when
76 place.
When this came out this morning, me and my friends were all talking about it, and my one buddy brought in our group chat, brought in the what was it? They made this creative group specifically for this project, and they're called like 76 Develop or something. Like that's the name of their group, and it's like Sixers are very creative with this whole plan. Like 76 place, and then their group that they called for it is 76 Develop or something. Something stupid. It's
Yeah,
like-
they got to go back to their focus gurp and come up with something
yeah,
else.
like,
yeah, they
they're
need
really
to they need
creative
to
with these
workshop that a
names
bit
here.
more.
Go back to the conference room or something and think of it.
All right, any more thoughts on that?
Nah,
I think we
it's
covered it.
it's 9 years down the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's something good to talk about now because it's so dead right now in Philly
Yeah.
sports. But
Yeah, they couldn't have timed it any better.
that's what I'm saying. They definitely planned it to release the information this week.
Mhm.
You know, just because of how boring, especially and you just
And it's the day after the All
Harden.
Star game.
And, yeah, but I was gonna say the day after you sign Harden to his
Yeah,
his
and
new
that's it.
contract, so people are probably feeling good. So they're like, "Oh, this is a great idea by the Sixers." And then it's like, well, when you think about it,
Yeah, if
How many floors are going to be in this?
well, that's what we were talking.
We need to see the plans.
We need to see the plan.
I could
Show me the.
I'll see if I can get them.
I could easily be swayed to a yes if the logistics can be worked out.
If they come up with a new name, then I'm all in for it.
I mean, like you think about it, how many people in South Jersey come over that drive? You know,
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, so I mean,
lot.
how are they going to get there now?
Yeah.
You could take the Patco line over.
Is that what it is?
The high speed line, yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
Trenton.
here's a question.
where's that?
I
Eighth,
think
It's
and, eighth
probably
and something.
it'll definitely be cheaper
Cheaper?
to take public transportation now instead of parking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's another thing they have. In
Absolutely.
Their,
But how much cheaper?
The Sixers have in their favor.
I don't know what a train ticket costs nowadays. I haven't ridden.
Last time I took the subway, probably in the spring, it was like $2.25, $2.50.
Okay.
One way.
But to get
one
from
way.
where we're at,
Well,
you got to take
yeah,
a train
you
down
gotta
there.
It was
take a
Fishtown-
regional
it was
rail.
Fishtown to Center City.
Okay.
Well,
It
I
was
think
the L.
we're zone
It was the
3
L.
at
It was the L.
Cornwall Heights. I think we're zone 3.
I think it was like $7
Yeah,
last
It's
time I
got.
took
I
it.
want to
One
say
way-
it's at least $7.
One way. Is
One
$7
way.
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I took the L from Fishtown to Center City. It was $2.50.
So 14 both
So-
ways.
Yeah, so that's
Now-
not too bad.
and you're
But
paying-
that's
But then-
per person.
And you're
Yeah.
betting that the trains are going to run on time.
That's
Yeah.
So you're going to gamble that, or you're
That's-
just going to drive down and pay the $30
That's where
parking?
I think, Jim, you brought up a good point. I think SEPTA will set out
They need special
specific-
lines.
specific trains and
They
lines.
do that
and-
now.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Do they-
On the su-
they
on the
increase-
subway,
They
in the
do. On
subway,
game
but
days
not-
for
only
Eagles.
Not the trains.
On
Not the
Eagles games
trains.
day, they run express
Not
trains
the-
for the games.
but
Not
trains.
Subways
not
or
for any
trains?
other games though.
No, but for Eagles games,
Subways,
they do.
just the subways.
Just the subway.
Yeah,
We're
we're talking-
I believe
not
so.
the train.
Maybe the L too.
No, not the train though.
The regional rail.
regional rail, the trains.
Like the,
Yeah.
the people
No,
from
no,
King
I
of
think
Prussia
it's
that
just
want to
the
come down
subway.
for the games.
Alright,
They're
I
going
think
to.
it's just the
You
subway.
need to make it universal.
Because you
And
can catch regional rail to City Hall
Yeah.
and then catch the subway at City
But
Hall.
if regional rail's not running a special train, and if regional rail shuts down at 10 o'clock at night and it's an overtime game, how are you getting home? You Ubering?
you only
back
do
to
1
King of
o'clock
Prussia?
games, I
yeah,
guess,
like we went to the Rolling Stones concert and we took SEPTA.
Oh, that's right.
And we got, kind of like, pissed off on
Yeah.
the guy just told us, go get a map, dude. Like, we were on the bus. We took the bus to City Hall and then tried to.
Well, fortunately, you were with myself and Uncle Joe, and we knew how to get home via SEPTA from where we were.
And if you try to get an Uber
it's going to
from.
be $100.
Yes. Any event going on down there,
it's-
Uber like quadruples their
To go,
prices.
to go 5 blocks is going to be $100.
$50 for gas, $50 for a tip.
Yeah. So we asked whether you were for it, yes or no. Now I'm going to ask, do you really think it happens? Yes or no?
No.
No.
No. Nate, do you think it happens?
Just be the contrarian. Just say
Yeah. The speed of Smitty.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say they're gonna get the money, and I think they're gonna move it. It makes sense. I mean, they're building up Center City crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
They've also built up the waterfront, and they've said for years how they were going to
They
move
were
to the
trying to
waterfront.
get to the Penn's Landing for
Yeah,
a few
that's what
years.
I-
I
that's
thought
what I
that
thought.
would have been awesome.
Yep.
Penn's
Right on the
Landing, that would
Delaware.
have been sick.
Right on the
Yep.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been
Yep.
awesome.
That would have been nice.
Because I'd be all for that.
Yeah, the new Philly stadium was supposed to be, at one time, was supposed to be
That was
Delaware and
supposed-
Spring Garden.
Well, that was also rumored to be in the city at one point too, further in. Like every time there's a new stadium
Spring
brought up,
Garden.
they look at in the city, and it just
Yeah.
falls apart for some
Well,
reason.
the 3 places that they were talking about for Citizens Bank Park was Delaware and Spring Garden, Broad and Spring Garden, and where Byberry is.
Where the
That would've been
Nabisco
nice.
was.
That would have been great.
That would have been great for us.
Yeah.
I would have walked.
Yeah, right?
Could
Yeah.
walk or ride your bike.
Seriously, that's we should propose that.
Yeah.
We know
Let
some
me
people.
talk. Let me call Josh.
They know our names.
Hey,
They know
Josh, you
our
got a
names.
minute?
Yeah.
Forget about the city. Let me
Yeah.
tell you where's a real happening spot.
Byberry, you ever been, buddy?
Yeah, come
What
on.
are we
Yeah,
talking-
Top Golf right there.
Yeah,
come
come
on.
Steve
You got
Steaks.
Chick-fil-A right
Chick-fil-A.
Wawa.
There's a Chickies right there.
You got access to the turnpike. You got access to 95.
right.
Come on.
Easy access. That's
Damn.
right.
The bus goes right up and down the
Bus
boulevard
routes
all
go
day
up
long.
and down the boulevard.
Plenty of space
All
for
right.
parking.
I think we need a new consulting group.
Hotels right up the street.
Yes. Yeah, you got
The
parks.
Chamonix Inn.
You got a
Bars.
bar.
Nights
right?
in.
You got
4-hour, 8-hour overnight increments, whatever you want.
That's true.
you got a bar right behind
Jacuzzi
Steve's.
tub optional.
Yep.
The Union Tap Room, I think it's called, behind Steve's.
Oh, there's plenty up there in the
Sure
great,
is. It's a
the
happening
greater
spot.
Northeast.
It was just a mental institution. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's not.
It's all
not-
right.
it's
When you
not-
dig down to the ground, you'll find some tunnels,
Yeah.
maybe a body or 4.
it's
you
not
know.
haunted.
Yeah,
It's
don't
not
worry
haunted.
about the ghosts running around.
The voices you hear echoing through the walls. It's nothing.
Yeah,
It's just your- it's
people
just all
cheering
in
the
your head.
team. It's
Yeah.
just cheering
Yep.
the team. They're excited you're here. All right, enough on the Sixers. Well, we'll hit on the Phillies before we take a break. So the Phillies,
Horrible.
they're looking to do
They're
some
not
renovations.
horrible.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I want to talk about. We're still on the focus on the stadium here. So there was a report that came out this week, just ranking the major league teams and the cost to go to a game, and the average price for the whole league was $204 for 4 tickets. Was it 4
4
tickets?
drinks and 4 hot dogs.
4 hot dogs, 2 beers, 2 sodas, and parking.
Yeah.
$204 is the average. The Phillies came in at $207.
And that included tickets too, 4 tickets.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But I want to know where they're getting these numbers from. So they're saying the average Phillies ticket was $36. Okay, I'll buy
seems
that.
fair,
I'll
yeah.
buy that. The average hot dog, $3?
No.
No.
Not on dollar dog
No.
night.
No.
It's the only time you get a $3 hot dog.
No.
Phillies games.
I think the
For
cheapest
$5.
dog is $5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's $5.
I don't know where they got $3 for. I saw that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No.
A beer, $9.99.
Nope.
A beer,
Definitely not here.
Not even Miller Lite.
$11 to $13,
Yeah.
and they probably go up this season. I haven't been down there yet this season, but
Pounders are like a domestic pounder. I think is 14.
I bought. We went. What was it last week? 2 weeks ago. I bought us 2 beers. It was $26. I think.
sounds right. At the Eagles,
Yeah, it's
if you got
yeah.
anything other than a domestic at the Eagles, it was $13
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah.
It's,
And those 25 ounces. My God, they're like what, $18, $20
Yeah,
or something like
they're-
that.
And of course, we went. It was the Nationals we were at.
yeah, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. That one.
Yeah.
And then
Every time I buy a beer at a stadium, I just think of my dad.
die a little.
Yeah, my
Just
dad.
die a
I
little
just
inside.
think of my dad, and he's just rolling in his grave saying, "I can't believe you're actually doing this. Can't believe you're actually doing this."
Sorry.
I'll pick one game a season at the Eagles games and buy more than 2 beers. Other than that, I drink them before I get in, and I don't buy another
I
beer.
do one after the game to kill the like when we kill the traffic.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's dudes in our row, man, in our section. I
don't know how they do it.
swear they spend their paycheck on beers.
That's probably the only game they go to.
No, they're
No, these are
season
season
ticket
ticket
holders.
holders?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, the
Actually,
3
yeah, there's guys in my-
the
in my
3
row, too.
guys Next to yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are guys in my row too. Now that I think about it, are constantly coming back and forth with
Yeah.
beers. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I don't get the mixed drinks.
No.
Yeah,
Come
I don't
on,
either.
you're
yeah.
a game.
Well, I get the mixed drinks for the punch factor, right? Like you'll get more out of a mixed drink as far as getting staying intoxicated.
Yeah, but if that's your goal,
Right? If that's your goal,
when I'm at
yeah.
a game, like I'm
not-
I'm locked in.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
want to have to
yeah.
worry about ice spilling on me as I'm
Yeah,
trying to drink out of my cup.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I'm with you on that. Soda's $5.
Nah, that ain't.
That seems. I think it might be $7 for a regular and like $9 for the
I
souvenir
think
cup.
the souvenir's like
Something
11.
like that. Yeah,
No, I think souvenir is 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles it was 7 and 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, this is baseball, so it's probably a little cheaper. I think because they have
would
more
hope.
games, they
Yeah.
make them a little cheaper.
You would hope.
And then parking $21.
That's
Is it 25 now down there for games?
I
Eagles
If
are
you're-
40.
if you're
I
like-
try and park on the street
if
as
you're
much as
next
possible.
if you're next to the stadiums, they have the Citizens Bank lots. Those are 22.
22. Okay.
I think.
You,
I think.
you want to hear an absolute crazy number? Parking in a stadium garage at Nationals Park? Take a guess.
yeah.
Just because of how you're saying it, I'm going to say it's like $50.
55.
Yeah, man, it's
$55 to park in a stadium garage at Nationals Park.
because where you're
DC, it's
at.
a higher
It's where
cost
you're
of
at.
I know it's where you're at, but
you're
that's
in the
insane.
capital of the U.S.
I know, but it's insane.
I should see if that's the number that they had on there. But I looked at these numbers and I'm like, this is not reality.
they're a
This
little
is-
low.
I don't know where you're getting this
They're a
from.
little low.
The Nationals were the 5th ranked team for price.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They got the parking. They got the parking at $24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It's average, so
this-
who knows what else is around it?
right. This is a garage in the stadium itself.
Okay.
The Phillies parking, what was it, 23?
21.
21? That seems a little low, but there are some cheaper lots there for 15 and 10
Are they?
bucks.
Is that what Jetro is?
Yeah,
Like or you
Jetro
go all
is-
the way down like Packer.
And
And maybe you get
you
it
know
for
where
$10
like
bucks.
Cisco is?
Yeah.
They use their lot. It's like $15, I
Okay.
think. So yeah, there are some cheaper lots down there, but I know right next to the stadium, those are $22, I think.
Okay.
So they might be right, but yeah, that's still a little low.
It's
200
way low.
I mean, I spent myself last week. I bought. What did I buy? I bought a beer. I went to Bull's Barbecue. Got a pulled pork. I think I bought a Coke Zero, and peanuts. That probably cost me like $75, $80.
Yeah.
I got at the same game. I got myself a kibasi sandwich at Bulls, and what did I get to drink?
The cheesesteak
and
for Dom.
Dominic's cheesesteak.
Yeah.
He got a soda. a
You got-
20-ounce soda.
And you got a soda.
And did I get a soda?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was $41. I almost choked when she said that. I was like, what?
Yeah. You should have said, "Let me see. Is Bull back there?"
$41.
Is this that prime kibasi? What's
And
going on with
I
this?
got the kibasi sandwich because it was listed at $9.
That was a.
And that's all it
Hold
was a
on.
roll and a
And
piece
kibasi.
of kibasi.
that
and that was
kibasi
it.
was huge.
Oh,
though.
yeah, it was like
That thing was like a foot
That's what
long.
she said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
He enjoys those.
Good time for a break, guys, before we start going on the CDs.
One more touch on the Philly Stadium. They're increasing the scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't
70
know why.
Yeah.
77%.
Enough.
And isn't that going to block the view? You
Oh,
have
yeah, I
that
didn't
nice
think
view
that.
looking out into the
That's gotta go out
city.
to left center. That's
I would
gotta
hope
reach-
so
that's gotta
because
reach left
where
center.
it's at, you're gonna. If it's gonna be 77%, like I read, you're gonna block some of that city view.
You can.
Yeah.
They said you can fit 516 life-size fanatics on that.
576 wasn't it or something?
Why do you
16.
do that?
It's already big enough.
Yeah,
it is
I-
big enough.
Like
I
There's
feel-
no need to expand it.
You talk about the Cowboy Stadium and all that huge screen. I feel like then when they're that big,
It just-
you don't watch the game. You're watching
yeah,
the screen the
it's
whole
just, like,
time.
ridiculous.
Yes.
Are people's eyesight's getting worse?
Yeah.
Maybe they should do that at
Maybe.
It's
average
probably-
eyesight test. You know,
I
and,
find
I'm
myself-
thinking it's for the deaf people, trying to read the caption on the screen.
Do they put that in all the stadiums?
Yeah, they
yeah,
do they?
They
I
do
think
have
they
a
do,
closed
yeah.
caption.
Maybe. Maybe.
But is there that many
Yeah.
deaf? I don't know. Like, is there a large number of deaf people?
You don't
in
know
the
because they don't
community?
speak.
You're such a jerk. I'm saying though, like, is there a large number of deaf people going to baseball games, the Phillies
I'm
games?
sure it's not a majority of the population.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, is it? I don't think that's really a problem.
But really, do you need to read like during the
Smitty
game?
had-
What do you need to
Smitty
read
would've said
during the
something
game?
else.
I find myself when I go to the link watching the screen because we're in the back corner of the end zone on the visitor side, Patterson Avenue side, and I find myself watching that far end screen in the end zone way too
Where
much.
Jimmy sits, he can see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I like Jim's
Yeah.
seats because his seats are good because you get the play in front of you, and then there's that delay on the screen.
Yeah.
So you kind of can look right up and you see the
And
play. So
I use the screen for the replay stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you have-
otherwise,
you
I'm
have a
watching
good-
the field.
you have a
I
good
like
view.
your seats too because you can see the holes.
Yeah, you can
That-
see the play open up.
Yeah.
I
and,
love seeing those.
the holes.
Shut up, dude.
You can see the hole. It's the best. That's the first part.
Yeah.
You walked right into
Yeah,
that.
I know, I
Bad
did.
show, man. Do that. What a, oh my god.
All right, so
Break.
increase in the Phillies screen, yay or nay?
I don't
No.
know why you're doing no.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Nay,
point is.
a big
I,
NAY.
and I love going to the Phillies games. I think Citizens Bank Park is a great stadium to watch a game. I don't understand. I don't think there's really much to fix with it.
No, I agree.
The seats are, they're not uncomfortable. They're nice. They're big enough. I mean, you have room to walk by the aisles.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Citizens Bank Park. I don't know why they're doing that to it. I think it's actually a very good stadium.
I did too.
I think it's the best one they have of the three.
No,
The Link?
the link might be better.
No, dude, the Link ain't better.
The link,
I think-
where we sit's very nice.
I'm gonna have a
Yeah,
whole.
you're spoiled, but no, I'm serious. Like the Link ain't all. Like I don't think the Link's that great.
I think
I want to
like
have.
the link.
I want to have a whole conversation on the in-stadium experience on game day. I like the link. I love the link.
Yeah.
But after being to some other stadiums, I feel like there's things that they can do
Yeah,
to make it nicer. Like being up at Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
up at Heinz Field this year, like
It's
the
not Heinz Field
access.
anymore.
I
It's
know.
not.
And a woman I work with, she's a huge Steeler fan.
Yeah, how
she
do
goes
they
out there
feel
for a
about
couple
that?
games.
they're probably.
She's not happy with that. But this week, we talked about it last week. I talked about it with her last week. And we weren't sure. They have the big, their screen has Heinz ketchup bottles
they
on
do.
the
Yeah.
sides. And when you get into the red zone, the bottles start to pour the ketchup into the little screen.
Really cool.
So when we were at the pit game,
That's
when
pretty
we were
good.
visiting the college, there was this kid in front of us. He was hammered. And every time he's like, ketchup. And he was turning around to the screen and he was like high-fiving my daughter and Jesse and he was
That's
loving
funny.
it. And they are taking the ketchup
Oh,
bottles
that's
away.
brutal.
So we thought maybe they would keep that. Like maybe Heinz would still sponsor it
Heinz is
somewhat. Yeah,
headquartered
that's
in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, right?
Heinz is
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. They
Now
thought
it's
they'd keep it,
some
but not
insurance
some
company
insurance
from
company.
Milwaukee or something.
I think they're paying them like 5 times what Heinz was going to give them.
Yeah.
I get that. Heinz has had the name
Sometimes
for
what's the-
however
who's
long.
What's in the name of it?
Trans
Something with an A,
insurance.
isn't it? Like Prize, I don't know.
It's sort of
Acupuncture or something.
it's like a Sora insurance or something.
It doesn't roll off the tongue easily.
No, not at
No.
all.
It'll still be Heinz
I
Field.
seen a picture of it, but I just didn't read the
Yeah.
wording of it.
Yeah, they're removing the ketchup
I
bottles.
I'm not a huge fan of the link. I just don't know.
They could.
There's like a couple
Fix some
nice
of the-
parts of it, and then like the rest of it.
I
Just,
think
I like it.
Think about it though. It's 20 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's over 20 years old.
Not 2003 was the opening season.
So okay.
what I
19
like is like
19
where
years old.
the club box where we sit. There's like the very like
Like
unforgettable
I'll
moments.
be honest, like I'm not trying to sound snotty, because trust me, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like in,
Biggest snob we know.
But you're going to sound
I'm gonna
snotty
come
because you
off
sit in the
snotty.
club box.
But the club box is very it is very nice, and that
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only areas of the stadium
There's some-
where they renovated
Yeah.
and upgraded over the years.
No,
Like you walk
there's
the
also
lower
a-
concourse level,
There's nothing there,
No,
and that's
there's
What's there to
another one.
upgrade?
it's bland.
What's there to upgrade?
You can upgrade a little bit. Do a
Heinz-
little
Heinz
fair.
Field?
It's it's an outdoor stadium. What is there
But
to
there's
do?
now
still-
Heinz Field is an outdoor stadium on a river, and you walk on the lower level. There's like their Hall of Fame with like lockers
yeah,
and
you can make it
jerseys
more
and helmets.
interactive.
Like there's things
Make
there you
things
can do
more
to make that
tangible, you know,
rather than
like,
just a
what's-
hallway for you to walk through and get to
Yeah,
your
I
seats.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing that.
I thought that was kind of a cool
Yeah.
piece of it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing pictures.
there-
Yeah, you posted pictures of that, right?
I think I did. Yeah. when we were
yeah,
out
yeah.
there.
yeah.
Isn't
Like
there, what's the one section in the link? Like the main entrance?
That
The
narrows it down.
Pepsi gate or whatever, like the
Yeah.
downstairs
Yeah.
before you go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concourse.
Yeah.
Which
It's
Oh,
like
it's
all
the
the,
same
like, the
stuff every
history
week.
of it.
Yeah, but
You know?
it's
Oh,
inside in
yeah,
the lobby there.
Head
Yeah.
house, is it called?
but it's just a
I
one
don't know,
area.
I forget the name, but
Like you said, Jim, in Heinz Field, they had all stuff throughout the whole level of the concourse.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles could do that. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
When
Like,
we were at, I want to say Jacobs Field in Cleveland, but I know it's not Jacobs Field. What's in the-
progressive.
Yeah.
you want to talk
I
about
liked-
dumps?
No, I thought that was a cool looking stadium. I liked
Progressive
that.
Field?
Yeah, I like that stadium.
Buffalo
No,
was
I
bad.
liked it.
Dude, it was concrete pillars, and the stadium was so high.
It was really
Like
high.
it's like
Yeah, because you want stadiums that go up
I
instead
didn't
of
like
out
that.
because it
I
keeps
didn't
you
like-
on top of
I
the
didn't like-
action.
'cause-
When you
And
go
then
out, you're
you
too
got
far away from the
you
action.
get some jerks fans out there too. There are a lot of.
they were just giving us crap because we had Philly gear. on.
Yeah.
Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo.
I heard that's
That's a
bad.
shithole.
Yeah,
That's a
they're-
shithole.
They're building a new one.
Yeah,
I heard Tiger Stadium nice where they play Tigers.
yeah.
There's like a museum of like their history of their team
I just-
on
Even
the wall.
Nashville was nice with what they had outside and all the like. If you
Nashville
walked
was
around
cool
on the
'cause
bottom,
the waterfront.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I-
why the Sixers would be nice to be on the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Although they're not an open stadium.
And
The
you know
open
who has a
stadiums
nice
are nicer
stadium?
on the waterfront.
The Union, right on the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Union
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But the Titans Stadium when we were there, it was cool because our backs were up against the
Yes,
front,
and
you
we
look
could
and
see into the
city
river,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
river. That
What
was-
I liked was when the tugboats went by and they blew their
Yeah.
horns.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was pretty cool.
Titans Stadium wasn't that bad. I don't. What's it called? Nissan.
Nissan.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually not too bad. There wasn't
Yeah.
a big tailgating scene. I feel like maybe.
Yeah,
we just-
because
I
they're
think
all
we
over
stayed on the other
Broadway.
side. Yeah, we
I
stayed
think it
over.
was just that side though. If you went to the other side of the stadium where there isn't Broadway and what's the other Second Street? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Second
Yeah.
Street.
It's probably all parking lots and neighborhood, right? Like South
What's-
Philly a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the Link could take a page out of other
Mm.
stadiums' playbooks and
I'll,
maybe
I'll,
make
I'll
things
give
a
you
little
that,
more
but I
interactive.
still think it's a nice stadium.
Like, have you been on the upper level? You've been on the upper level
Yeah,
above us.
yeah.
You
There's
Jim,
nothing
you
up
sit there. I mean, is it like
There's nothing
There's
up there.
It's just
There's
blah,
nothing.
Like
Well, you can't. There's no concourse to walk around.
there is.
There is. It's very small.
It's really.
Yes,
They have-
that is a problem.
they
Your
have-
concourse levels are too narrow.
Yeah. Because they have shops
Does it
there.
go
They
around
have
the
a-
whole stadium?
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
it
can't-
breaks
no,
off.
it
I have to
breaks
go
up.
down.
The only
It is.
concourse that goes around the complete
It's
stadium
lower,
is the
and
lower
that's
level.
crap,
Yes.
too. You have
Yeah.
to go all the way
You
down.
have to go down
the
to go-
other side.
yep.
That's
Oh.
horrible. We're
Yeah, you can't go
22
all the
now.
way around, but now they built that bar, a new bar, off to the left of us, so you can get
Oh, on our right.
3/4 of the way around.
Yes, yeah.
On our right.
Yeah, on
The
your
wall
right.
ramp.
On our
Walk
right.
ramp.
Their
Yeah,
left.
Like
it's a nice little bar,
But, yeah.
But it's
and
like
the-
you can't
when you come
come
down
from one side to the other. You got to
when
go
you
all the way
come
down
down
and
from
go
your
all the way up.
section
I
to the
hear you.
left, it cuts off, right?
If you come down, if you're looking out, yeah, it cuts
To your
off where
left,
that
it-
eagle's nest is or whatever.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just a dead end.
Because
Yep.
I mean, when I went to the game last year, it wasn't in our seats. It was for another game. We parked at Jet Show to tailgate all day, and our seats were on the other side. So we went in on the one side, and we had to go all the way around and then up. I'm like, this is so stupid. Why can't we just go up and go around? Like Citizens Bank Park. You can go up, you go all the way around. You know what I mean? Like
The vet went every level. The vet went around.
Yes, it did.
Wells Fargo Center, as much as I bashed it a little bit earlier, you
It
can
goes
go
all
up,
the
you
way
go all the way
around.
around. I get it's the layout of the field and court and ice they play
Yeah.
on. That's the but
You could have done it. You
Yeah,
could-
like
but
the
yeah, I mean, you look at
come
other
on.
stadiums. The sides are all open up. It's
Yeah.
for the airflow and all that. Blah 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 blah.
Well,
blah.
the wings is the roof.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's
the
like
Eagles' wings. Yeah.
corny. Come on, Jeff.
It's not corny.
It's corny.
It plays into with the theme of the team and the.
It's corny.
Nobody knows about it
Exactly.
other than us.
Unless you
We
did.
know about it.
Unless you
Yeah,
take
but
the
who
tour.
cares?
Eagles fans know
Yeah,
about
but
it.
it's-
If anybody
You
else
get
does.
some intoxicated idiot. He's not going to know a single clue what you're saying to him about the stadium.
If you take a tour, you know what it is. Otherwise, if you didn't take that tour, you don't know that. It's
Or if you
Yeah.
happen to read about it like I did
If
and
it's-
found out about it,
Nobody's
I didn't
reading
need the
about the
tour.
roof of
I
the
read
place.
about it.
If it's meant to intimidate, it's not working.
exactly, yeah. Like that's
Not
visiting
working.
teams flying over the stadium in the Philadelphia International.
Yeah,
Like,
they go,
oh God!
"Oh, shit, it's
we're in
wings."
Philly. Like, come on.
Unless you bring the vet back, there's no stadium that's going to intimidate anybody.
TD Garden, Madison Square
76th place will. 76th place will.
There you go.
It's a nice way to wrap it up, and we can get into a quick commercial. All right, we're going to take a
Cozy confines of it.
quick commercial. We'll come back. We can talk a little bit of training camp, and then we'll get out of here. But you're listening to Santa Boot First podcast. Hang through the break. We'll see you in a minute.
I have to pay.
I hope so. Oh God.
Matter of fact, I play Xbox
No
with an
good.
NFL player.
good.
No good on.
We'll keep going.
A Steelers
You can
player.
take a break, but no good on the.
Did you mute us?
Yeah, I can meet you.
All right, just so we're not screaming.
Remember that, Deke?
What's that?
When I told you I played with the Steelers player on Xbox?
Oh yeah.
He's texting me all the time to get on the play.
Oh, an actual player.
Like an actual Steelers player, he's a linebacker.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like I see Brody all the time. Like he's watching videos.
I
He
don't
gets
know what's
playing.
going
Like,
on.
somehow they came across this stream and it's like Jalen Mills or Terry Matthew and like they get the guy's name and they invite them to keep playing with them.
Yeah. Like he added me on Xbox and like we just been playing ever since.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I was gonna ask him, not like now, but later down the line, if he can hook me up with some tickets to the Eagles Steelers game here
Just ask
and
him.
meet him. Yeah.
Yeah, say you're there.
Yeah.
Come down.
Dude,
Can we-
you wear a freaking Steelers jersey. You're
I was in a
dead to me.
Dom said you should make a bet with him to play him in 2K. If he beats you, you have to wear his jersey to the game. But if you beat him, you get to wear an Eagles jersey to the game.
Who's Dom?
Fan for us.
Oh, all right. I thought maybe it was the guy you were playing with. Why? He's a Steelers fan.
Who?
Dom.
Nah.
Well,
your-
I know his mom is.
Oh, wear his.
No,
jersey?
I have to wear like a Steelers jersey to the Eagles game.
Okay.
But if I win, I get to wear an Eagles jersey to the game.
Is Dom a Steelers fan, or he just
Nah.
wants to break your balls?
I think his mom is a Steelers. I've seen her wear
She was a Troy
No, me-
Polamalu.
Troy Palomalo
She's-
shirt.
I think she's
We
just
are
a
back.
fan of Troy.
We are back. We're back live. Another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast. Thanks for hanging with us through the break there.
Show
The-
a little Embiid there.
I saw that little Embiid action on the court there. Let's talk there. We got a couple quick hits. We talked about the stadium. Harden is back. I know Smitty would love to be here and sing the praises of James Harden. Look, the guy took 2 years, 69. We're calling it 69.
Nice.
69 million for 2 years. Hey, I'm not going to bash the guy on this, right? He says he wants it to be a better team. He wants to do everything he can to make the team win. Now you see the videos this week where he's working out. He says, I want to get back to being the best I can be on the court. I'll say I'm wrong if it happens. I will be the first one to say I am wrong. I want him to have that drive. I want him to be that guy. He didn't show it to me. That's why I'm disappointed in him. Hey, if he does it, he's saying the right things. Looks like he's doing the right things. Let's just see if it translates to his play on the court next season.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in a wait and see attitude.
Yeah.
I want to believe it. I want him to do it, but I'm not going to believe it until I see him do it. It's just we got suckered in on those first 5 games last year when he was traded here. We thought, yeah, here we go, get your seat on Broad Street, and after that 5th game, it was hit or miss with him. Playoffs, he didn't do anything really spectacular except for that one
Game
That one
three.
game,
One game,
that
yeah.
one game, he had a
Three or
really really
four,
nice
he lit it
game.
up.
But that elimination game against Miami shot the ball 2 times in the second half. That's completely unacceptable. Off of what is supposed to be your second best player.
He said he wasn't healthy.
I'm done with the
bullshit.
off-season hype videos and
Yep.
talk and
Yep.
chatter.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
this Sixers team does it every year.
Yep.
And I'm at this point, I'm like, you know what? That's great. Let me see it though. I used to have a little bit of like coin invested in the regular season if I could use that. But now I'm just like, you know what? Regular season does not mean anything to me. I put no value into the regular season after the last 3 playoffs, NBA playoffs. I mean, you'll have your good teams that'll be, that show you that they're the top of their conference. But come playoff,
You still want that good seed though.
yeah. But I mean, if they finish next year as a 5 seed, fine. Like I'm not gonna get buttered over it. I mean, I probably will. But
Well, like he says that, then he'll be right with Schmitty.
yeah,
Hey,
But we all will.
You're
We
right,
all
Andrew.
will.
But at
That's
the end
what
of the
we
day,
do.
I'll be like, you know what? It's different in the playoffs. I mean, home court advantage for this team really didn't matter.
I saw with all the stadium stuff going on. I saw some. Actually, it was Mark Drumheller, the guy that we used to do some stuff with from Fourth and Go. I don't know if he's still with Fourth and Go, so maybe I shouldn't plug that, but whatever. He
Too
put
late now.
He put a comment out there that they can play on Mars for all I care as long as they get past the second round.
Right? Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, I don't care where the
play on
stadium is.
K&A.
Get past the second
I don't
round.
care. They can play on K&A.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's the hype videos. We've seen it before. We've heard it before. The injuries. I'm going to come back healthy. I feel like, and maybe it was the injury. I just feel like he lost a step last season. And
No, he did.
He's not old.
He did.
I'm not gonna like that's Smitty's argument. Like, oh, he's not old. I'm not saying he's old, but he's played a lot of years from a basketball career perspective. And
he's put a lot of wear and tear on his body, and it showed. I mean, the dude has been probably the top 5 scorer in my lifetime.
Yeah.
That tears on you,
Yeah.
going to the rim
Well,
every
not only
night.
that, but his lifestyle wears on him.
The dude was a big partier. Yeah.
Yes, and the weight, the yo-yo with the weight, all that takes a toll on your body. And now that he's over 30 and you
realize it catches
he's getting
up with you.
he's getting
he's
well past
foot in the
that
grave,
30.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That was our conversation out here.
Yeah,
he-
it catches up to you, and it
34,
takes longer
right?
to
Is he
recover.
33.
No,
I don't think he was
33.
old.
he's going to be 33, I think, this year.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes longer for your body to recover, and you may not
He
fully
parties
recover.
like a 21-year-old though.
You would too if you was rich.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You're
shit, yeah.
goddamn right I would.
What was the conversation in the
Yeah,
car
he's
up here
32.
where the young lady was? What'd you say? She was getting up there a little bit. She was in her early 30s. Or something.
Oh,
Man, we got a foot in the grave.
Yeah. About the lady, you know who.
We don't.
Do we
We
wanna
don't,
say
no, we
that?
don't need to bring it up
Wow,
on
I'm
air.
drawn-
We don't need to bring it up on air. But anyway,
Yeah.
according to Deke, if you're in your mid 30s, you got a foot in the grave.
You're middle aged.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and all right, so it's Harden to the side. Sixers still haven't done anything with the money they freed up, right? I know Tucker got some of it,
Yeah.
and House,
Smith-
but we still have room.
Melton is under contract. You don't have to pay him anything different.
We still have room, and
I
it
guess
looks
they
like at
have
this
room,
point,
but, like,
Toby
who's
stay
out-
in,
yeah, who's
Thibault
out there?
stay in for
The only thing.
Marquise Morris,
I saw
Yeah,
it.
Markieff
yeah,
Morris?
yeah.
Pat Beverly. These are the names that I heard that we
Yeah,
could fit
so,
right
like,
now.
I know, but do you really want them? Like
I
Pat
would
Bev-
take those guys over Furkan.
Yeah, Pat
Yeah.
Beverly interests me because I think him and Tucker on the defensive side.
They give a little
that's
edge.
a
You're-
nightmare.
yeah, you're-
and then
yeah.
you have Embiid under the like.
You're
Morris
upgrading
is the
your
same.
You're upgrading
Morris
your
is the same
bench.
type of player.
You're upgrading your bench with those guys, which they need to do, but they also need to upgrade their starting 5.
I don't think you can upgrade the starting 5 at this
It's-
point.
it
Well,
is
not
what
at
it
this
is,
point,
unless
but
it's-
they kind of missed the
unless-
boat on that.
Yeah.
And Embiid was talking about, and Danny Green brought it up before he was traded. This team needs another level of maturity, and Embiid wants a little level of toughness too.
That's the thing.
And if you bring in, you've already brought in Tucker, so he's a tough guy. And if you bring in Beverly and Markieff Morris,
Either one of them.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they would be considered goons in hockey. They're
Yeah.
goons in basketball.
When Embiid's on the bench, teams aren't afraid of us, right?
Yeah. Now you
Bring one of
Markieff
these guys in.
Morris.
Come on, bring it in the paint. You're going to eat an elbow.
I mean, and I think
You're going to
Philly-
get a low bridge.
Philly being Philly, they would love.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
They would love.
We
the
love
tough
Pat
guys.
Beverly here.
Yeah, as annoying as PJ Tucker and Pat Beverly were on other teams. I mean, when we played the Heat in the series last year, I was saying the whole time, I was like, I would love PJ Tucker if he was on the Sixers because he brings that edge that this team needs. And, you know, I'm happy they signed him. But if they can go get another guy like him, the problem's going to be the production won't always be there. Because they're older, too. And, you know, there's a reason
he's
why.
37?
Yeah, there's a reason why these guys are bouncing around the way they have.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, hey. You know, sometimes that's what it takes to win a championship is guys like that who are experienced vets and they play with that chip on their shoulder.
Has PJ won anywhere?
Yeah, the Bucks. He was a starter.
Oh, that's right. He was a
starter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, and Pat Beverly's been. He was with the Clippers.
Been on winning teams, but has he won a championship?
He never won. I was gonna say. I think
Has
he
he gotten even out of the second round?
Yeah, he was with the Clippers when they. Was he on that Clippers team when they had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, or
And
was
DeAndre Jordan?
I don't even know if he was on that team. I don't think he was.
I think
but,
he was.
But he's a guy who's been in the playoffs for a while. So I mean,
Yeah,
everywhere
like you
he's
said, the
gone.
veteran leadership, the chippiness, the guy that'll get under people's skin, and he may score 2 points, but just the chaos that he can.
If he's
cause on the
if
court.
he's getting in other team's best player's head, causing him to have a bad night, hey, that's what you need him to do. That's his role, and he understands that.
Yep, and he plays it very well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate those moves if that's who they brought in, but you know, I think they're the reason why they did that though is to see if they can still get a nice trade offer for Tobias and Thibault, and
Which at this point doesn't
who knows?
sound like it's going to happen.
It doesn't.
The only player that sounds like they're on the trading block still at this point is Mitchell.
Yeah, and did you see what the
They
reported
won it like seven
or eight first round picks?
Yeah.
That's absurd. Kevin Durant.
But you
ain't
see
getting
what
that.
good they just gave up for Rudy Gobert. What did he
Yeah,
get?
that's
5
true.
or 6?
Yeah, it was
5, I think it was?
Yeah,
Just
it's
from the
absurd.
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves are pretty stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but that's still absurd. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's Danny Ainge. He's going to ask for
Yeah.
the world. And
I mean, the Kevin Durant talk died after a day. That died real quick, and now Kyrie and them are cool.
yeah, everybody's good.
So you know that died real quick. I don't know what's going on there, but they'll be interesting too. You have them to worry about. The Nets probably are the best team in the East still.
No, they're not.
Yeah, who's better?
Celtics.
I don't think the Celtics are going to be as good as they were. I don't know. I just think they're. They
Yeah,
have a little fallout.
there's just so much drama up in with the Nets, and you
Their
know,
talent though is just good.
I
enough.
know, but
Yeah.
Durant's another year older.
The dude lit it up last year still. And
I
Kyrie.
know, but what's he going to be? 34, 35?
Yeah, but
He's 33.
Kyrie's going to be another year older. He's well on
30.
the other side of 30.
No, he's not. He's only 30.
he's 31.
He's
right?
30. I just
Okay.
looked it up.
And you know, you don't know what you're going to get out of Ben. It would not shock me if Ben doesn't play,
If he got traded to Sacramento,
or if he got traded. It would not shock me at all.
Ben Wallace? What Ben are we talking about? Oh, that guy didn't play all year?
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah, the one that has the back issues and then goes deep sea fishing 3 weeks after the
Yeah,
season,
you know,
and posts pictures of it.
that's good for your back. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's
it
very good.
really
for
helps your
back.
back
Yep.
out.
Yep. It's good
He
exercise.
stretches.
It heals it real
Yeah,
fast.
exactly.
It's a good
Hope-
stretch.
Hope those stitches didn't pop out there.
Good stretch. It's a good stretch.
It helps you stretch out them back muscles.
All right.
Bonehead.
Eagles training camp starts this week.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah. We're still in this week. Starts Tuesday, right? The 25th, 26th, whatever that date is.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting offseason. We'll see what happens. Offseason's almost over, but training camp, there's a lot of positions
That are battling it
that are
out.
battling. So that's what I want to ask. As training camp opens, what position are you looking at the most? I want to see the defensive line, and mainly the defensive
yeah.
tackles, the insider,
I was going
the
to
defensive line.
say I'm going to be looking at the defensive side the whole time. You got all phases. Defensive
you
line,
got
the
linebackers,
linebackers, and then
corners.
Not the corners are pretty set in stone,
Yeah.
but safeties.
Safety still
Who's your
up in the air.
second? Who's your second starting safety
Me.
aside Harris?
It's
Yeah.
me.
It's not you. Are they going out and
Well,
getting
they
Bates?
signed the guy
Tart.
from Tart. Yeah, Jaquit Tart from
Jaquiz Tart or whatever?
From
San
Niners,
Fran.
Yeah.
I mean, is he really the starter though? I mean, they got
It's
Kayvon
a
Wallace.
starter for right now. I don't know
got
the
Who do you have
Marcus.
as the star? Who do you
It's
have as the
just
safety?
Harris.
I would have his Tart and Harris.
Yeah.
Harris.
You know, only
Anthony
Harris.
Harris.
Oh, Anthony Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, who else you got? Like, Kayvon hasn't proved it.
And now and Epps.
Epps.
I can't stand. I
He's serviceable.
Serviceable, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
but I still think he stinks.
So you're all in on Jesse Bates?
If they can go
Why
get
is Jesse Bates not an Eagle yet?
I don't know. They just can't figure it out. The money, maybe. He wants a new contract. So if you're trading for him, you have to give him a new contract.
The problem is
Yeah.
if you pay him, you can't pay Hurts next year.
True.
they can make it work. How
You get rid of Cox. You got money.
That's true.
Cox is on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, and Brandon Graham maybe retire.
Yeah.
maybe he
Yeah, I
takes.
guess you clear some.
Yeah,
But,
You
then, but then you take. I mean, you just lost 2 pieces to your defensive line too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
but
think
how much-
Graham's
Yeah, but
gone no
they're-
matter what. Cox
you
is.
just drafted Jordan Davis because you know Cox is going after this
Yeah,
year.
but-
So
But to say Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox in the same sentence is not the right thing to do.
No,
He's
but
not Cox.
that's
No,
what. That's where
I know,
my most
but-
interesting
yeah.
part of the training camp here is to see that the interior there. Right? You got Cox, you got Davis, you got Hargrave, you got the 2 guys they drafted last year, right?
Milton Williams.
Tuapolotu and
Milton
Williams.
I think Milton Williams. Is
I think so,
decent.
too.
I think he's pretty good.
So,
That's good.
and as much as I don't like Elliott Short Park, he put it out there. Hargrave, is he a tradable piece
Yeah, I
right
saw that. I
now?
don't-
Did you
The-
see
the
that?
thing
I don't
with
get it, but
Hargrave's
if you
weird.
read into it,
I like depth and rotation.
Hargrave is hot and cold as a player. Like he
I
started
didn't
off
read it.
last season on a tear,
He did.
and then the end of the year you really didn't hear
He did.
much
He's-
of him.
Yeah, he
he's young
petered
though.
out.
Yeah.
And if you're going to move off from one of them, I think it's either him or Cox.
But you're going to
Cox.
give up your best defensive lineman?
You think Cox is their best defensive lineman?
he's
No,
he's
Hargrave.
he's
Yeah, I think it's Hargrave.
It's hard. Yeah, hard.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no, I mean maybe Reddick as a pass rusher.
no. I'm talking interior.
Oh, then it's Hargrave.
I'm thinking defensive line. Period. I think it's Hargrave.
Yeah,
I got to see
Yeah,
Reddick.
he
I
made
mean,
the
I
Pro
gotta
Bowl.
see Reddick
He
in
was
defense.
he was their only Pro Bowler last year,
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
he?
it's
Yeah,
Hargrave.
yeah. If you're talking, I'll buy that. I'll buy into that.
So do you trade? It's just confusing to me because then you trade him. Cox is not going to be here. Graham
you
is
got-
not going to be
then
gone.
you have
Well, I think if you trade him, Cox has got to come back.
Then you
Then-
have
Unless
Davis,
Jordan does
Milton
really well
Williams.
and one of these other rookies steps in.
Cox
Yeah.
has been washed for a while.
I agree with you.
And,
there.
and it's hard for me to say that because I'm a defensive lineman.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And Cox was at one point neck and neck with Donald, and we already know the answer to that question now.
Yeah.
But he's fallen.
He's
way
fallen.
off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in this defense, if they are moving to that kind of 3-4, where he can move into that kind of Richard Seymour type role, where Richard was good already, but in the later end in his career, he was a monster. I think he made Pro Bowls in his later years, just because the 3-4 kind of saved his career a little bit, and he had more one-on-ones.
You're also talking about Seymour with a Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You got that much
I mean-
faith in
I
this
mean-
in this defensive coaching.
Well, they had the space eater in there too. They had Wolford in there.
Yeah,
So
right.
that
Yeah,
helps,
yeah.
That helps a lot, right? And you have that in Davis. But I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be a 3-4. But I mean, we already saw Gannon getting head coaching love last year.
Yeah, and I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he's making his rounds in the circles that he's a hot prospect. So if they show out this year,
He's
he
going.
could be
next
as
year.
good as gone. And
So
then
that-
it's just
that's
like, what
another
do you do?
interesting
Do you stay with the
aspect, too.
3-4? Do you switch?
Yeah.
Like, it's a funny dynamic that's building.
Well, if
that
if
you
he
don't know
got the
about
number
yet.
of head coaching interviews this year, you kind of got to write it off that he's going next year, getting
they
a head
win.
coaching.
If they
job.
win,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, they got, and he's one of the question marks that I have for myself going into the season. Him, Sirianni, Hurts, those 3 are the big question marks that I have for myself going into the season.
Yep.
I know you're not going to see a whole lot in the preseason because it's all vanilla based on both sides of the ball. But I want to see something out of the defense that's going to tell me this year's going to be a little different. They're going to be up in their faces. They're going to bring the pressure. They're going to do whatever.
You finally
but they're
have
going to
that.
change it up.
they have the players. That
yeah, they
you
have
have-
they have the players
You
now
have-
to do that.
You have the speed at linebacker.
Yes, that's why I need to see the changes this year as opposed to what he did last year. I don't want to see that picket line defense. I don't want to see 10 yards off the ball when it's 3rd and 7. I want to see guys
Don't-
up in their
don't-
face.
Don't beat you deep. That's what they did.
I know, but they give up first downs.
That's what they
Get
did.
off the damn field.
they were the-
Stop giving up the first downs and the 6, 7, 8
were-
minute drives,
they were the
whether it's a field
definition.
goal or a touchdown, and get off the field.
I feel like every week during their meetings, they went in with the headline on their projector of "Bend but don't break."
break.
No,
That was-
I
that was
can't
like all they
stand
did
that
last
defensive
That's
philosophy.
been their philosophy for how many years
for
now?
decades.
Since
Yep.
Jim
For
Schwartz.
decades.
Not
And it-
decades. Jim Johnson did not have that.
No,
He was kind of in that frame. Like
Yeah, he
Come on, Jim Johnson.
he would. He was a beast.
he would give it. He would play off you till you got to the
If
30-yard
Brian
line.
Dawkins didn't have Jim Johnson as a coordinator.
He's
a
not
Hall of
Brian
Famer.
Dawkins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah, but he would play off you until you got to the 30-yard line. Then he would start to bring the pressure and get up.
But I also blame Jim Johnson for the philosophy of not needing linebackers.
What do you mean?
He
You had
was.
Jeremiah Trotter.
I was going to say he was lucky enough to get a couple good linebackers, but they always had the great defensive line and the cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And if their philosophy was, if this defensive line gets pressure, all we need is the quarterbacks to make sure they're on the guys.
That's kind of what the Eagles' philosophy is now.
That's what I'm saying. This has been their
Schwartz-
philosophy
Yeah.
for decades now.
Schwartz's like scheme was just we're gonna rush our D line any way they can get to the QB.
Yeah, that stupid wide 9
Yeah,
before him
and-
too. That
Hey! It won your Super Bowl.
It did.
the wide 9 did or Schwartz did. Schwartz did.
Schwartz did.
The wide 9 before him with Washburn.
Wait,
did not.
let's check that. The defense didn't do a damn thing except make one freaking play.
And
that
that's
whole-
all
Hey,
that
the
matters.
greatest
That's
play,
all that matters.
the greatest play in Eagles history. Strip sack, fumble,
There you
recovery.
go. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a soundbite right
Greatest
there.
play in Eagles history.
Absolutely.
I mean,
No,
that's the one that matters.
I agree 100% with that. But that was the only play they made.
That's what the Eagles have done for the
Only play
last
you needed.
5-10 years. They just
Got them a ring.
they're just gonna have their D line get to the QB any way they can, and hey, we're leaving. our
It
corners
works
on
if your
island.
corners are good.
and that was
Now they have the good.
that was-
Exactly,
They
so-
hope that Bradbury
that was
doesn't
Buddy
fall off.
Ryan's. He saw the transition from a running league to a passing league back
Yeah,
in the 80s, and he came up with the 46 defense to get pressure on the quarterback, and he had that phenomenal defense in Chicago. And he came to the Eagles and have phenomenal defense with the Eagles.
It helps when you have
And it was
two of the
well,
best ever.
it was
Yeah,
he had two great defensive lines who got
That's what I'm
after the
saying,
quarterback, and he brought the extra pressure. He wasn't afraid to blitz, even though he had four guys that could dominate the line and and stuff the run and get after the quarterback. He still wasn't afraid to bring pressure with a linebacker or
here's-
D back.
Here's a great
And that's where what's his name needs to get to.
great
Gannon.
topic for another time. But who is the more talented or better positions that didn't win a championship? The D line of the Mean Green defense, right? Is that
Gangrene.
Gangrene. I'm sorry, Gangrene defense, or the four aces of the Phillies. Is that a good one? That's a good one.
The Aces.
Yeah, I think the Aces.
I don't know that Gangrene defense was a
Yeah, but
great
the
defense.
Aces had how many
The
Cy
Aces are
Youngs?
easy though. I think the Aces are easy.
You had Halliday Cy Young winner.
I don't know.
You had didn't Roy Oswalt win a Cy Young or no?
They were one
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
best. Like
Cliff
You
Lee.
had
historically,
you
they're
had,
one
Reg-
of the best
you had Reggie
defenses.
White, Hall of Famer. Eric Allen should be Hall of Famer.
Halliday,
Seth Joyner
Cliff Lee are in Hall of
should be
Famers.
Hall of Famer.
Defensive line, not that whole team.
No, I'm saying defensive line. Yeah, the defensive
Oh,
line.
all right. Defensive
So
line.
you had
Well,
Reggie White,
It's
Jerome
tough to
Brown,
compare the
Jerome
sports,
Brown
though.
would have gone to the Hall of
Clyde
Fame if he didn't die.
Clyde Simmons, right?
Clyde Simmons lived off of Reggie White.
And
I
Mike
disagree
Golick.
with that Jerome Brown comment.
Huh?
I disagree with that Jerome Brown.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
He was good. I'm not
he
saying he was-
dominated the defensive line.
Yeah, well, it's nice when you got Reggie next to you.
Yeah, and but he wasn't the other Clyde Simmons lived off of Reggie White. He got a lot of sacks on his side because they went away from Reggie.
Yeah, but I'm just giving him a Hall of Fame though. A Hall of Fame. defensive
Jerome
tackle.
Brown, yes, he was. I think he was that dominant. Yeah, in the middle, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were arguing,
He blew up
Simmons.
a lot of pockets.
No,
I think Jerome was going to be good. I think Jerome.
never
If
said
he-
You think he goes to the Hall of
we're
Fame
talking
if he
about the
doesn't
Hall,
die?
though. We're talking about the Hall though.
Yeah, I think he does.
He's
He
so
blew
young.
up.
yeah,
he
it was
blew
kind of
up.
early. He looked like he had the flashes. Yeah, that can happen. I don't know if he would have been Hall. I mean, Eagles Hall. Yeah, I give you
He
that.
definitely goes to the
He already
Eagles
is.
Hall.
Isn't
How
he
many
already in the Eagles
defensive
Hall? I
linemen are
think
in the
so.
Hall of Fame right now?
just probably Reggie.
I mean, that we can think of without googling it. Reggie,
Well,
Bernard. No, Bernard played linebacker.
But
Yeah.
Bednarik was a linebacker
Center.
and center.
He
Thank
went
you
in
very
as-
much.
I saw the C before the LB.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about it, just off the top
wow.
of your head, and
That's a
and
great
I don't
question.
give you credit. I don't give you credit. I never give you credit, actually. But I give you credit about your sports history, and you typically know stuff like this, especially with Philadelphia sports history. And the fact that you have to think about it tells you how special
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
you have to be
you're right.
at the defensive line,
Yeah.
especially in Eagles green.
Yeah.
To make
Yeah.
So we're saying 4 aces is the more is the
easily
bigger
4 aces to me.
to not
Easily
win a
4 aces.
championship than the Eagles' defensive
Where did Cliff Lee
line.
come from?
Yankees.
The
And the
Rangers.
The Rangers.
The Rangers. Okay.
He didn't play for the Yankees.
He went
gonna,
to the-
He
didn't
was
he
going to go to the Yankees.
Did he go to the
but
Yankees after?
his wife
No.
hated the fans.
No.
Because the fans, somebody said something to her or spit on her
Something
at a
like
Yankees
that. yeah.
game, and the Yankees offered him the
Where did he
contract.
finish his career at? I thought he ended up going there. For
No,
Nah, he
no,
never
he
did.
never went to the
His
Yankees.
wife said no.
I think he retired from the Phillies,
he
didn't he?
might have. His last year had to have been 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
How many years did he
think so.
play?
He pitched for us for 3 years.
That's it. I thought
No,
so.
it had to be
09,
more than that.
09,
No, but then he got
09
traded. How many
to-
total years? He
09
pitched
to,
for us
09 to 12.
2
wasn't
years,
it?
then got traded, and then came back, right?
Wasn't it? I thought it was.
Oh, he
09.
came back.
Oh, he
yeah,
did come back.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
For
he
like
came
a,
back.
for like a year or two.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did he pitch well when he came back? I don't
Nah,
remember.
he was okay.
Nah.
Yeah, but I do remember. I think it was only his like climax year was like 09 to 12, wasn't it? Because they went to the World Series.
He lost. He lost the game to the Yankees.
Yeah, he
right?
lost. No,
And
he
then
won.
is that the
He
season
won.
he-
No, he won the game.
He
in
won
the
game
series.
1. We won game 1 up in New York for 09 World Series.
I thought he was the only person who played. I
Nah.
felt.
Well, he pitched his ass off.
He pitched here for 5 years, but he
It was 3-2, right?
it was
Because he got
9,
traded. Philippe Oman.
9 and 11 to 14.
He
That's
got.
good on
That's
you,
good
dude.
now. He
Yeah,
got
that's
traded for shitty prospects.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I think when they brought in Doc because they couldn't afford him, and then he came back after that.
No, he was here with Doc.
His second stint around.
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
yeah,
traded.
yeah.
Doc came in, and then he came.
His last team was Philadelphia, and he pitched from 02 to 14.
All right,
He
when did
started
he
in
pitch here?
Cleveland. He pitched in
Cleveland,
Cleveland from 02 to 08.
I thought it was the Indians.
And then he came here in
Then-
09.
Then
09 he got
Cleveland.
traded here.
and then Cleveland.
he went to Seattle. I think that's
TOT. What is TOT MLB? I don't know what that.
Toronto? No.
No, that would be 2OR.
Time off?
I don't know.
Sabbatical?
But he I don't know.
I'm telling you, we
traded.
traded him for Philippe Oman, and I'm pretty sure it was to Seattle.
He might have
He
been.
played 1 year. No, he played 1 year in Seattle, 2010.
Then he
1
came
year.
back.
Well, he was
Wait,
in
he
he was
only
in
came here
Seattle
for
and Texas
09?
in 10.
He only came here for 09?
Somebody get Deke his bifocals.
Yeah, right?
Dude, I'm look at this. You look at this.
I'm trying to look.
Take the beer,
All
guys.
right, here we go. Here we go. He pitched from 02 to 08 in Cleveland.
Yes. Then what does
Oh,
TOT mean?
09 he pitched with the Phillies.
What does TOT
I don't
mean?
know, but I'm going
Minor
off.
But you see it, right?
Yeah,
They
no,
shipped
I'm
him to
just
the
going off
minors.
this. And then 2010
wait.
to 2010 he pitched in Seattle and Texas. Then he came back to the Phillies for 2011 through 2014.
Was he injured?
So
I don't know.
He had 14 wins.
I
Right.
don't know.
So he finished the season in Philly.
Yeah, he finished his 3
His
years.
career.
His last 3 years were in Philly.
No, it was last 4.
4 years in Philly.
He was 4 more years?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had a
But-
total of 5 years here.
All right. So the 4 aces.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
4
easily
aces.
4 aces for
All right,
sure.
4 aces. All right.
All right.
Flan just called everybody a dumbass.
Yeah, well,
Takes one to know one. But
right. Chime in then, Flan.
Or maybe show
All right.
up.
We'll close it out on. Here's a question I have for you. If one position on the Eagles just magically clicks,
Quarterback.
it's
I was
it's
gonna say
it's a great season.
quarterback.
Quarterback,
Running back.
quarterback,
Easy.
running back.
Quarterback.
He's gonna say kicker, punter. We actually do need a good punter.
Nick Sirianni.
Why is
I'm-
Aaron
I'm-
Sipos still on this team?
Punters, you can find them out.
Dude, he was horrible.
we can find a punter out on
Okay,
Easton
well, go
Road.
find him.
We can find one at the chop shop. It's
Yeah,
all
we
right.
need one.
I'm going to go with wide receiver.
Okay.
If Rager and Pascal can somehow be, if Rager could be a first round pick,
Just for
it
one
doesn't
season.
matter. Like
Oh, I hope more than one.
Hertz needs to be good. He doesn't need to
Give
be
us
great.
That Aguilar Super Bowl year.
Yeah,
Yes.
if he just shows up and can
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Then you
That'd be
got
nice.
2 first-round picks and a high second-round pick in A.J. Brown, who's already shown himself to be dominant.
Yeah.
If you could get all 3 of those guys on the field,
Yeah.
then Hurts doesn't need to be. He just needs to be
No, Hurts needs to show up.
good.
You still got to make the throws.
He needs to be okay. Yeah, but these guys help you make those throws.
The league is
They give you those
Let's
confidence.
hear what he has to say.
You don't want to hear what I have to say.
What do you have to say?
About Hurts?
Bring Darren Sproles back. Now, what's the one?
No.
We said, what's the one position on this team? If it clicks, if it magically just falls into place in his dominant position,
It's
then
going.
it's a run.
It's Hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, I think I might
That's
answer
the obvious
back.
answer.
And that's the obvious
I'm
one.
going to
yeah.
say the D-line.
What's, which position?
No, I think the Eagles go as far as Hurts can take them because I think that both sides of the ball are so set up to succeed. They got all the pieces in place now. It all comes down to coaching and Hurts, and that's it for me. Those 3 things.
If Hurts sucks, we should make Smitty walk the shows.
And
How's that for a punishment?
he could probably do it.
That's what I'm saying.
He'd have to leave at like 5 o'clock, but he could
fine,
probably.
We'll make
do
him
it.
sing the Eagles fight song before every show.
He'll sing his goddamn heart.
Or
out.
the-
Yeah, he would.
We should make him sing Yankee Doodle.
And,
or
and
sing his school alma mater or something.
Yeah.
That
for
won't
for
change
all
anything.
for all the Hurts hate in the room,
There's not a lot of hate in it. Well, maybe there.
yeah, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Hurts. I'm
None of
not
us are
sold on
sold
Hurts
on
as much as Smitty is, but I really want the dude to succeed.
Yeah, he's so easy to root for.
He's a really nice guy from everything you hear, and he's really easy to root for, and he's the Eagles quarterback. So of course I want him to succeed.
I want Baker Mayfield here.
Get out of here.
Shut up.
Baker.
He ain't even going to start for
What
the
do you guys
Panthers.
think about Garoppolo?
I think
For
that his
who?
career is the weirdest career probably for a quarterback that could ever happen.
I think we had this conversation. If Garoppolo's here, are we talking Super Bowl?
Yes.
I think we said that. Yeah, I don't know the Super Bowl, but
Isn't
it's a playoff team.
Isn't it
Definitely.
Kind of like a
He's a playoff quarterback
No,
wherever
we
he
said-
is.
He's
a
been to a
playoff
Super
quarterback.
Bowl
Because
and
of
he's
his
been to
running-
another NFC
because
Championship
of his
game.
running game and his defense. He didn't
And
really
his
have-
coaching.
he didn't have-
So
dude, he threw the ball 8 times in the championship.
I said this last week, and I'll say it again. His coaching is way better out there than it is here.
He's got good coaching.
I just
But
think
look,
it's his
we got a
team
running
around
game.
him.
We've got a defense.
What running game?
what running
we were
game,
one of the
dude?
best
We were
running
number
teams
one
in the
running
league last
offense.
year.
This is Hurts.
Except maybe Tennessee was better.
Miles?
No,
Is
they
he really
weren't.
your
Tennessee
every
was
down?
not better.
Yeah, they were.
They weren't.
Well, they had the better running back.
Yeah, they had.
They
Yeah,
have
I'll
a better
take.
running back,
I'll
but
take
not a better
Derrick
running
Henry
back.
over anything we
Derrick
have.
Henry is the only running back. I
If
would ever
Derrick
pay.
Henry was not injured, they would have had the number one
Yeah,
running.
They
yeah.
still finished number 1.
They
Yeah,
did,
I
we
think-
did.
No, they finished number 1. Oh, I
Well-
thought you meant seed. Sorry, I thought you meant seed.
What did
This
you
cut
think?
cut
I'm
it.
sorry,
This
I'm
cut.
sorry.
Can we just cut the mic?
No,
for him?
but I mean, I'm really not sold on Miles Sanders in the run game though either. The dude can't stay healthy.
Well, if that's the only
Without
beef you
him last
have,
year, I get it.
Did I
It's
tell you
Rager
that he
or
responded to me?
Hurts.
Sanders.
What?
I
Did-
guess I was on a show, and they asked me about Miles Sanders, and I said he sucks. And then the
harsh.
next day, he's like, "You look like you never made varsity football."
Oh wait, Sanders came back at you?
Sanders came.
Oh,
back.
he's soft then. Come on, man. You're a pro athlete.
Yeah, I just
Don't
thought
take
I'd
shots
say
at us
that.
guys.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh.
That was my phone.
Oh, I thought no, I
It
thought
was
you were
Miles
talking.
Sanders.
Yeah, I was, gonna say, I was like, wait, is Miles Sanders chiming in on the
Piece
show?
of shit.
Yeah,
Hey, well, if you got that connection, Nate, and you want to go back at him,
Yeah,
it'd
really.
be great to get him on the show.
Miles,
We'll
Miles,
debate him.
Miles, yeah.
Miles, I think you're great, buddy. I
You just can't stay healthy.
This Nate guy don't know what he's talking about. That's
Yeah.
why he's
But
behind the
I was
glass. You
arguing
know.
the fact that he's the starting running back, and he didn't score a touchdown.
It's
right?
That's
It's-
a
it's-
little
it's
bit on
almost unheard
personnel,
of.
though. I
I
mean,
don't
how many
think I've ever
times?
seen that?
How many times was there a chance for him to get in the game and they just didn't sub
Yo,
him in?
I mean, and we went and looked at the numbers, and there was carries where he got the ball twice, 7 times, 5 times, but there was also times where he got the ball 15, 20. You have your third string running back that has 5 touchdowns.
What's wrong with that?
Your second string running back has 6 touchdowns. He had no touchdowns. That's like
Well,
I was
Hurts-
talking to a friend. I was
Hurts
like, bro,
had 10 or so.
could you imagine being a defensive lineman, a starting defensive lineman, and not getting any sacks? Like, you know how much? Yo, we would just trash you in the locker room. Like, if I was in the Eagles locker room, I'd be talking so much shit. Are you going to get in this zone? You going to score this chicken, man? What is going
Well,
on?
I'm sure there were a couple plays last year where he was like tackled at the 5, and then they would bring in Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah,
and,
no, I agree.
where he's like shit, and like,
But
if you're in a locker room, with him, you're gonna give him shit, and he's gonna be like, yeah, well, I should have got that other 5 yards. What am I gonna tell you?
The ball
And then
never came back to me.
Coach took me out. But no, yeah.
Blame it on Hurts, because Hurts had like 10
The
touchdowns.
bar,
Yeah, I was
James
gonna
Harden's
say,
line, the
Hurts-
ball never
but
came back to me.
Hurts had like 10 or 11 touchdowns.
The guy's in a contract year. If he's gonna show out,
Yeah, he's got a ball.
it's gonna
out
be this year.
Yeah.
Hope so.
And Kenny G doesn't look like an every down back. He
I don't
looks-
know. I kind of liked him.
I like him too, but he's not your 3 down guy.
That doesn't exist
Did-
in the NFL anymore.
Hey,
Not
Nate.
unless you're Derrick Henry.
Dalvin Cook.
n-
yeah.
big guys.
Do you think he needs to go to the coaching staff and say, "Hey, get me when the ball's inside the 5"?
I'm
will
sure
you?
he did.
Well, I think he did, and I think that there was a couple things that happened that he just bad breaks. One, he gets injured, and then he had the fumbling problem.
I was going to
'cause
say,
remember,
he
Deuce
fumbles
loved
a
him.
lot. He fumbles
Yeah.
a
Deuce
lot.
loved, and it was Deuce's call. Remember, we found that out. It was Deuce's call what running back would get the
Yep,
ball.
yeah.
They just couldn't trust him. You know what I mean? So hopefully he takes care of the fumbling issue, because you can't give up. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have a fumbling problem in the NFL as a starting running back.
Yeah.
So I think that his number will be called early and often, and I think he will score next year. But, it's just, I think it's telling when you're the starting running back and you don't score any touchdowns. I think that tells you have all this talent, you have all this push behind you. You come out and say the right things, you say you want to be the best and everything like that, but there's just something missing. I don't know what it is, but there's just something missing, and I think you can see that year after year.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to be good. He looks like he's going to be, because what is he? He's a mode of a poor man Shady. That's what you
Yeah.
see. And all our
Miles,
running backs,
I
we've
wouldn't
had
even
running
call him
backs that
that.
can run and catch the ball. He fits the mode of what we have here. I mean, you go all the way back to Ricky Waters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Heath Sherman, Keith Byers. Like, they all are that same West Coast style mode that's always been here. And for whatever reason, he's just missing that.
You're telling me that Boston Scott is not a workhorse?
Against the Giants.
Yeah, I was just saying, against 2
He,
games.
had,
Two
he didn't
games
even
a
do
year
it the
he
second
is.
game last year. He didn't
Yeah.
even show up.
Yeah.
But he's back again too. I mean, that.
I mean, he's serviceable too.
that
right?
running game is the only thing on the offense that worries me.
It doesn't worry me. It is what it is. Like, I think
Hurts is
they
gonna
want
get you 80 yards.
they
of
want
rushing.
Sanders to be the guy. I think they're going to give him every opportunity to be the guy. He's got to earn a contract this year. He's going to
can't
be
stay
motivated
healthy.
to do it. I agree with you. He can't stay healthy.
Use Penn
But
Staters.
we'll
They
see what
just-
happens.
The running backs at
Penn State running backs.
They run them into the ground. That's the problem.
It's
at
like the
Penn
Ohio State quarterbacks. They
Yeah,
just don't.
Penn
you
State
know.
running backs get ran into the ground because that's their only offense. Because they got
That's-
slow wide receivers.
No, they got
Man.
good wide receivers. They got bad quarterbacks.
Is that what it is?
Chris Godwin,
You've had
Jerry
what?
Judy,
You've had what? 2? Jerry
Two
Judy
what?
was not Penn State.
He was
It was
Bama.
Deshaun.
or
He was
Hamilton and
Hamilton
Hamler.
and
Hamler, I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about it. Franco Harris and
They
Lydell
show him
Mitchell.
Hamilton.
And now you have this year. Who was it?
I forget
With
his
the
name.
Washington, John Dotson.
Dotson.
Franco Harris and Lydell Mitchell are the only 2 running backs from Penn State that I can think of that stayed healthy most of their career.
They don't. Kijana Carter,
Kurt Warner,
Curtis Enos,
Kijana
Kurt
Carter,
Blair Thomas.
Curtis, yeah, they
Saquon's
all
the number 2 overall pick, and now he's kind of being talked
Yeah,
about as
they-
a wash.
they
it's-
all got
It's
banged
not.
up.
Penn State is linebacker. That's it.
Yeah,
Outside of that, you're not getting maybe
they-
some secondary
I mean, who
players,
was the last
some
linebacker we've
linemen.
seen from Penn State.
Micah Parsons.
Oh, Parsons.
Marston's about
Come
to be
on,
the best
man.
defensive player in the league.
Oh, I forgot
Although he
Parsons.
sat out for a season.
yeah, but he's about to be a friggin' force for the
And
next
who was before that?
7,
Was
8
it Sean
years.
Lee?
Yeah.
Probably,
he's
yeah.
probably-
and the kid from Buffalo.
Paul Puzzles.
Puzzlos, yeah.
He didn't play at Buffalo. He played in Jacksonville.
No, he played at Buffalo.
All right, well, I remember he went to Jacksonville.
All his
He's starting.
majority of his career was with the Bills.
I just remember LeVar.
Oh, I love
He was-
LeVar.
LeVar
oh my
Arrington,
God, he
yeah.
was ridiculous.
Get over it.
He was a monster.
He
Get
was
over
a
it. And what do you win?
I ran into him after a test.
He was on
one
that
night,
95
on
Rose Bowl
campus,
team.
like literally, like my face in his chest.
Did you kiss him?
I should have.
Yeah, you.
He used to
won.
work. He used to work out in the gym with his girl.
Hey,
Like
yeah.
he couldn't. Yeah, well, probably. I mean, they had like the football players had to work out in their gym,
Oh, yeah.
but he'd come to like the intramural building or whatever, the IM building, whatever
Yeah.
the hell it was called, And he'd be in there with her, like, spotting her and everything, and be like, people be like, God damn.
I hate it when athletes would come
beast.
into the IM, like the student union gyms,
Yeah.
the student center gyms. They're in there for one reason to show off, and it's like, come on, dude, we get it.
He was there with his girl. Like, if he was there by himself,
He's showing off.
because he wasn't lifting though.
All right.
He was spotting her and probably making sure nobody else was hitting on her. I guess. I don't know.
That's the main thing he was doing. Was making sure nobody was
But
hitting on her.
guys that went to college, like when you see that college athletes come into the student center gyms, you're like, why are you here? You have a gym for your own sport. Like, go to that one.
I don't know.
It's
He
ridiculous.
can't impress anybody over there.
I guess, but it's like
His girl was looking at me,
Yeah.
doing my crunches. She's like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's all 5'6".
Joe White had a question.
Crunching.
Looking at you doing your.
What was DJ doing in the gym?
Well, I was in the gym, and we actually, me and my buddy, we played IM volleyball for 2 semesters.
I thought you were gonna say it was work study. I had
We
to
did-
wipe down the weights.
Yeah, we didn't win. We didn't win. I don't think we even won a match. But we tried. We
I
had
mean,
fun.
yeah, it's setting you up for a spike. I would think that.
I was the
Not
setter.
sure if that would work out.
Yeah.
Every softball game we played for the rec league up at Penn State, we got kicked out of because we were drinking. and we would fight with the umpires, and they hated us. So we never finished a game. Never finished a
Did you have
game.
students that
Wow.
did refs and
Yes, it was students
Yeah.
that were refs, and they didn't want to deal with our shit.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
The basketball games they got pretty intense because they had dudes, they had guys, girls, and co-ed, and the guys was 3 on. No, they had 5 on 5, I think. But I remember when we were playing volleyball, they used the basket, and it got loud when the dudes were playing. It's like, damn, like intense.
come on, man, you're not winning a scholarship
Like,
playing
dude,
here
it's
tonight.
like the coach ain't here watching it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. It's freaking IM, like intramurals. Come on, dude.
All right, think that's enough for tonight.
Yeah.
We got a buck 30.
I think that's enough for tonight. Training camp starts up next week, like I said. So we're
We can talk
getting,
that next week.
we are getting into the season. Football, you can
Yep.
smell it. It's in the air. Either that or it's Deke. You can smell it in the air. Football's coming. So we are getting ready to roll into
Unlike
our 5th season.
Unlike other people present, I do not do that in the room.
Save that for the car.
Correct.
So we're coming up on our 5th season of Eagles football. We're doing some planning. We'll have some fun stuff going on during the season. We're thinking of competitions and games and stuff like that. But keep hanging with us. We appreciate everybody for hanging with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see
Especially if you've been hanging with us for
5 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if there's any 5-year fans out there.
Other than me and you.
Yeah.
I think Fenster even stopped listening to us.
Other than me and you.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out with us again on another Thursday night here on